The Laws of Sines and Cosines by Ben Curtis and Jacob Sandler. First, let's make a triangle. The given measurements are in red, just to show you that if you get a side-angle-side triangle or a side-side-side triangle, the sides may not be proportional to each other. Disclaimer: triangle poorly drawn by teens. First, let's use the law of cosines. First, let's find angle B. So here's our triangle. Now, we need to use everything we know to find it, or find all the angle measures. So we plug in all the numbers. 16 is the corresponding side, 8 and 12 are the other adjacent sides, minus 2 times the adjacent sides, times the cosine of the angle we're trying to find. So now that we have that done, what we need to do next is simplify this. So the 16 squared is going to turn into 256, and then the 12 squared plus 8 squared is going to turn into 208. Then the negative 2 times 8 times 12 turns into a negative 192 cosine of B. And just a reminder, when you have the cosine formula, each variable can be switched out depending on what you're trying to find. So now, to further simplify it, we subtracted the 208 from the 256, which now we need to divide and take the inverse cosine. So that's the simple part. So now that we've done that, we're going to divide the 48 by the negative 192 to get the cosine of B isolated. So now it's negative 48 over 192. So now we're going to take the inverse cosine of negative 48 over 192. This gives us our angle of 104.64.
Okay, so now that we found angle B, time to find angle A. And to do this, we're going to have to use the law of sines. I hope you all know what that is. So in order to do this, find angle A, we're going to have to take the sine of B, which we know, over the corresponding side, equals the sine of A over that corresponding side, 12, which we know because it's a side-side-side triangle that we were given. And there's another look at the law of sines. So in order to use the law of sines, as we've already said, it's corresponding sides and angles. So what we're going to have here is the simplified version of the arithmetic. 0.060478 equals sine of A divided by 12. And so if we have it even more simplified as we continue to do the arithmetic, and 0.7256497 equals sine of A. And so now all that we're going to have to do is use the inverse sine function on our calculator, that's second sine, and we'll be able to find angle A. Okay, so now that we have that figured out, we're going to continue with this arithmetic. We have inverse sine of all that is equal to that angle A, and there's a law of sines again. Once we're able to do this, finding angle C is going to be very easy. So once you punch that into your calculator, you get A is equal to approximately 46.52. We'll round to 2 decimal places. And now, to find angle C, all you're going to have to do is subtract angles A and B, which we have given from 180, the number of degrees in the triangle. So as we see here, we've got the arithmetic all set up. And so all we're going to have to do is punch that into our calculator, and we'll be able to find the very last thing we need, which is angle C. So C is equal to approximately 28.84, and that's it.